In video 2, I'm going to talk about different kinds of body paragraphs. A body paragraph occurs in between the introduction, which is the first paragraph, and the conclusion paragraph. Here's a definition of a body paragraph. Your essay consists of 3 parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. The body paragraphs are simply the paragraphs that come between the introduction and the conclusion. What are the parts of a body paragraph? You have the topic sentence. That's the first sentence that relates back to the thesis. You have 5 supporting sentences, and the 5 middle sentences talks about the topic sentence. Whatever the topic of the topic sentence is, will be the topic of your 5 supporting sentences. And then you have a concluding sentence, which is the last sentence that transitions to the next paragraph. What's the purpose of a body paragraph? Well, you've got 4 different kinds of body paragraphs. You have a descriptive body paragraph, in which someone describes what they see or they describe their topic. You have an informative paragraph where you inform the reader of your topic. You have a narrative paragraph where you narrate a story about your topic. And you have a persuasive paragraph where you want to persuade the reader of your point of view. So the difference is the different kinds of body paragraphs. It's all based on what it is you want to do. And so the 4 purposes of a body paragraph is to describe something, that would be a descriptive paragraph; inform, that would become an informative body paragraph; narrate, and that becomes a narrative body paragraph; and persuade, and that becomes a persuasive body paragraph. And those are the different kinds of body paragraphs that I'm going to talk about in this presentation: descriptive body paragraph, narrative body paragraph, informative, expository, and pie structure body paragraph. All mean the same thing. It just means you inform the reader of the facts in an objective, neutral way of your topic. And a persuasive body paragraph, which is very similar to an argumentative body paragraph. So let's first cover a descriptive body paragraph. When you write a descriptive paragraph, you are describing something. When you do this, you must use wording that will allow your readers to be able to see what you are writing about without being able to actually see it. The types of words you use are strong verbs and colorful adjectives. So we did a descriptive paragraph during the week 3 forum when we played the food game. So we did personification. Hot cheese is placed on me. I am round and thin. I originally come from Italy. I come in many different flavors and types. Different brands of me include Domino's and Papa John's. What food am I? And so the answer is, he's a pizza. So here you want to describe something and everybody had to guess. That was actually a fun food game that we did. The next kind of body paragraph are narrative, anecdotal body paragraphs. Narrative paragraphs are the building blocks you need to tell a story in English. This type of paragraph explains something that happened. Think about a time that a friend or family member came to you and said, "Guess what happened to me?" They probably then told you a story about something that happened to them. So as soon as you tell a story about yourself to your friends, you are creating a narrative. You are creating an anecdotal body paragraph to tell the story of what happened to you to your friend. Here's an example of a narrative paragraph, of a narrative body paragraph. As a teacher, I love interacting with students of different backgrounds. And so here, this comes from my Why Did I Become a Teacher thesis statement, and this is the first part of that thesis statement. And so here I have the topic sentence that goes back to the thesis. So that's the first one. You have topic sentence, goes back to the thesis. I love interacting with students of different backgrounds. And now the next 5 supporting sentences have to support that topic sentence. So that means that the rest of this 7-sentence paragraph has to talk about why I became a teacher and why I love interacting with students of different backgrounds. So you want to back up that topic sentence. I have taught students from Europe, Asia, Africa, Middle East, Mexico, and South America. I have also taught students from all over the U.S., from states as diverse as New York to Texas to Oklahoma. I love hearing about how many of my students decided how they wanted to go back to college. And the next kind of body paragraph is known as an expository, informative body paragraph. Expository or informative writing explores, shares, explains, or defines a specific subject or idea. This type of writing does not include the writer's opinion or tell a story. Its goal is not to persuade, and the writer's voice should be neutral. Basically, when you write an expository body paragraph, you're just explaining the facts of what happened to the reader. And when we write an expository body paragraph, we use pie structure, where the main point is the sentence that comes from the thesis statement. That's the topic sentence. The I is for information from another source. Okay, so that's when you have to use APA in-text citation inside your body paragraph, and I will go over how we do that in my next presentation. And then explanation of that body paragraph. So that's known as pie structure. And that's why in each expository body paragraph, we use only one in-text citation per paragraph. And I will go over that as well. Here's an example of an expository paragraph that also uses pie structure. And so in my original thesis, I said that smoking causes lung cancer, throat cancer, and stomach cancer. And so this particular body paragraph 1 relates back to this topic sentence, is the main point that relates back to the thesis statement that smoking causes lung cancer, stomach cancer, and throat cancer. So here you have your topic sentence known as point, P as in pie. Then you have your I as your information from other sources or in-text citation. And so when you have an in-text citation, you cite another source. When we cite numbers, percentages, statistics, dates, we have to use direct quote, okay? And when we do a direct quote, we're citing directly from the source. In other words, where did I get this number, 70%? Did I just make it up? No, I got it from Mr. Smith's book, and the book was written in 2020, and this sentence is found on page 45. So you have to write all of this, Smith 2020, page 45, after your citation. And you have to have a beginning quotation mark and an ending quotation mark, just like a dialogue that we learned in week 5. Because in a way, it's almost as if Mr. Smith is talking, because Mr. Smith is the one who did the research. He's the one who figured out that 70% of Americans who start smoking as a teenager will die by the age of 60. So when we do a direct quote, it's like dialogue directly from the researcher. And as we learn in the week 5 quiz, you need to have a beginning quotation mark and an ending quotation mark when we use dialogue. So you have your P for point, main point from the thesis. Then you have your I as an information from other sources, and you only use one in-text citation per paragraph. After you write your in-text citation, you add E for explanation. That means an explanation of that in-text citation. And you write that in 5 sentences. If a teenager starts smoking at the age of 12, he will die before the age of 60. As a smoker, he will not live to see his children's children. If you smoke, you live a much shorter life. You're less fit and less healthy. Therefore, teenagers have to learn to resist peer pressure and not smoke when his peers smoke if he wants to live a long, healthy life, since most smokers die at an early age due to lung cancer. And then, so that's your supporting sentences. The very last sentence transitions to the next body paragraph. In addition to lung cancer, smoking causes throat cancer. Then my next body paragraph is going to become smoking causes throat cancer. And then you're going to write 55% of Americans who, smoke die of throat cancer or something like that. And then you're going to write in Smith 2020, page 45. And then you're going to write 5 sentences about that in-text citation. And then you're going to write, in addition to throat and lung cancer, smoking also causes stomach cancer. That would, then the third paragraph in would be smoking causes. And that would be the, and then you have your conclusion, and that's the entire essay. Expository essay. In a persuasive essay or a persuasive body paragraph, a persuasive, now we're going on to another different kind of paragraph altogether. Okay, so in a persuasive argument, and this one we're going to do in week 9, we're going to write a persuasive post, totally different from our essay 2. And what is a persuasive body paragraph? A persuasive body paragraph attempts to get readers to accept a point of view or the writer's position on a topic. A persuasive paragraph consists of your opinion, and then you use your body paragraphs to provide credible evidence of that opinion. The definition of persuasive is someone or something with the power to convince. An example of persuasive paragraph is an argument that changes someone's mind. Having the power to persuade. I will cover this more in detail when we do the week 9 persuasive essay, and I go over my PowerPoint. What is a persuasive essay? And I will go over 3 kinds of persuasive essays. So I hope you all look forward to the week 9 PowerPoint, and I hope to see you in my week 9 instructor session. And I will go over more about persuasive. Here is a persuasive body paragraph example. President Lincoln was the best president in the United States. He ended slavery with the Emancipation Proclamation in 1865. He ended the Civil War. He sacrificed his life by being assassinated for this country. President Lincoln came from a humble background before becoming president. He was a president grounded in reality and held the country together at a time when the country was coming apart. Or you can write something like, President Lincoln was the worst president in the United States because. So, when you write a persuasive when you write a persuasive paragraph, the main point is to persuade the reader of your point of view. So what are the different kinds of body paragraphs that we talked about? Which ones have we already studied in this class? Which ones are you going to use for your essay? So if you have any questions, at all, feel free to email me.